Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Elephant Talk, where I talk to interesting people about interesting things. And today, we have the wonderful Lolli Wren, a.k.a. the fairy voice mother, over here on the channel. I am so excited. I knew I wanted to have Lolli on as a guest for Elephant Talk, so I'm really excited to share the episode with you. She really is a joy to be around and brings such wonderful energy, and I absolutely loved diving into her original music, the process around her original music, future music videos, her covers, and the reaction and analysis channel. Do go and check her out over on Spotify or wherever you listen to music, as her original music is wonderful. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the chat. Well, hello, Lolli. How are you?
Hello, Jen. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing marvelously. I'm so happy to have you. As we were just saying before, this is like the first time we're kind of actually speaking in real life with one another, which is wonderful.
Yeah. I had to be, let's just stop because we're saying things that we should be filming, because it's like we just got straight into it.
Yeah, we was like, hello, how are you? Oh wait, no, we need to be recording. But anyway, we're here now, we're recording. And I mentioned the wonderful background of yours, which is new. I love it. I love the acoustic paneling. I love the plants, I love the lights. How is that going? Is that all ready now then, this setup?
Yeah, and I've got them all over the ceiling and everything, and it has made a big difference. Like, you can really use a less good microphone, I realise, when your room is treated. So it's nice. Yeah, as I said, at least it looks like I know what I'm doing. So
it looks so professional.
Thank you. But I love this setting of yours too. I feel like I want to get under a blanket and
grab a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Watch a cozy film. That's what I want to feel. That's what I want to feel.
You've thought that through.
I did. I'm looking for some acoustic paneling, actually, so I might get in contact with you about these, because I like the patterns. You know, you can get different patterns. It's all like artwork, isn't it? It's really nice to have, as well as doing its job of the sound quality in the room. Yeah,
no, these are really gorgeous. I think that's the concept of the acoustic. The brand is like very functional and attractive. They even do like soundproof wallpaper and stuff like that as well. So
wow. Wallpaper.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
That's so cool. Yeah, no, I'm in the process. I've got these acoustic paneling like behind the desk upstairs, but I want to get some nice ones on the side and on the ceiling, like you said, because I think it really just brings everything, ties everything together, I think.
It does. It does.
And you have, I think you've just hit 300K. Is that right, on your main channel?
I did. And it was such a nice surprise, because I've been really missing in action recently. I haven't posted anything in a month, but so it was really nice to see that people haven't given up on me.
No, of course, they're not. I think you've got such a strong, me including, like following of people. I think what you bring is so wonderful, unique, clever. So, you know,
oh my gosh,
300K, marvelous.
Thank you so much.
And do you, so that's your main channel. You've also got two other ones, right?
Yes, I do.
How are they going? What's the difference in those?
It's a good question. Well, More Fairy Voice Mother was supposed to be where edited versions of my live streams would be uploaded, so a slightly different type of thing, but it ended up being edited versions of my reactions that I did live, so it's kind of the same thing, but there's a few like random ones in there, and that is just complete. I've no plan. Well, I don't really know what it is at this time, but there'll be something on there at some point. And then my other channel, Lolli Wren, is for my artistic endeavors in the realm of making songs and music videos. And that's where I've been focusing a lot of my attention on at the minute. I'm working on 3 music videos. And one of them is like a short film. So it's
That's so exciting.
Thank you. I hope so. I'm so excited. I'm going to be a murderer. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that. Spoiler alert.
Oh, no, spoilers. I'll put big writing. Spoilers. You heard it here first.
Yeah. And like we've got like blood capsules for the mouth and everything.
You love to go into these. I love everything that you've released so far with, we're going to get to To Build a Sea, the album.
Oh,
Are you going through, are you releasing music videos for each song? Is that what your plan is, or just
maybe
as
at
much as you
some
can?
point, but I did have music video ideas for all of them, but I've kind of given up on that at the moment because I've got new songs. So all of the music videos I'm working on at the moment are for new songs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, one of them's like a sort of concept progressive song with like a long one, like a 7-minute thing, and that's what the short film is for. And then a couple of like weird covers. But yeah, I will probably end up making music videos for the rest of the songs on To Build a Sea at some point because I just love it. It's so fun.
I know you kind of want to live in that bubble for as long as you can and just stretch it out. And, you know, they're your stories. So you have that vision of how you want to show it in music video form. What's the process of that like? What's the team behind the music videos?
It's a great question. So at this time, I'm funding everything myself, and it's just, you know, everything is completely independent. And so everything's kind of done on a shoestring. So luckily, I work with very talented people. So the director that worked on All Mine is going to be doing the ones that I'm working on at the moment. And we basically come up with like the most crazy story that we can. And then like, so we'll say things like, let's like drive a car off a cliff and set it on fire. And then we'll have like 100 extras and stuff. And then it's like, okay, now what can we do with like 5,000 euros? Yeah. So then we just gradually like see what we can swap and make cheaper. But that's the process really, is like dream big and then replace the expensive things with cheaper things. And so hopefully what we aim to do is keep the creativity and the essence of it and not bankrupt me.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's
number
how I
one.
do it.
Yeah, I feel like I have so many big ideas, and I'm like, oh, and then it's like a follow camera throughout this, did it? And you see all these wonderful movies that you want to try and imitate, I guess. And then you're like, okay, what's realistic? What can I actually do that won't break the bank, like you said, and also will still look professional? Because you want them to still, you know, with what you have, what equipment you have, you still want them to look good and captivate and hold the essence of the story behind the songs. So these are as an original song and then some covers, did you say, the music videos?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, really strange covers. Like cinematic versions of songs that are not cinematic, sort of.
I love that.
Thank you. I hope so.
I am excited to see it. Do you know when they'll be coming out, like this year?
Yes. Yeah, well, so I did a live version of some of the songs from To Build a Sea, which should be coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, fun.
And then April will be the cover that I did of Lonely Day, a cinematic version of Lonely Day by System of a Down. And then this one I'm working on, the short film one, will be out in September.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, and there'll be more in between probably, because I'm so excited.
I know. I've reacted to I Can't Decide, but how do you feel when you see other people react to your stuff, being on the other side of, you know, you yourself a reaction analysis? That's the word that I went for. Yeah. You know, just being on the other side, having other people talk about your music. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'd like to ask you the same thing actually as well.
It's an odd one, but yeah.
It's really surreal. It's just it's surreal. And when I've seen people say exactly the point of like the line or the visual or whatever, I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Like,
they got it.
But yeah, it's surreal. And like, I love reaction videos. Because I didn't really understand the genre of reaction videos until I started watching reaction videos of myself.
Okay, yeah.
Like even making them, I didn't really understand fully the appeal of reaction only videos. But now I've watched some more, I totally get it, because it's like you're sharing music with like nice, cool people, and you sort of get to really deeply enjoy things as if it was like, you know, the way that if you see someone recommend a song and it's not directed to you, it's like, oh, I really like this song, whatever. You're like, oh, okay, I won't listen to it. But if someone shows you a song in person. Like, I have to show you this song. You listen to it and you get into it, and that's what reaction videos have felt like. 'Cause like,
Yeah.
it's just such a blessing to have something that I've made be so like appreciated, and someone's made the time to make a video about it is like surreal and a real blessing. It's so gratifying. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they've kind of taken time out of their day to focus on the music that you have put all your work into it, like all your time and effort and love, and poured out all that into the song. Having someone, you actually said there, like when they pinpoint a specific phrase or specific part of the music, like it doesn't have to be just lyric based, anything, and you're like, that is exactly what I meant. Thank you. And it's just it's nice because it just means that it's being heard for what you kind of have written. So it's really nice. I like it. Like obviously there's some people that maybe I send my new song out and I'm like, oh, I've got this new song, it'd be nice, and then those surprise reactions that pop up, you're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice feeling.
it is. Yeah, it's very inspiring and motivating to keep going when you can see with your own eyes that people are taking time to listen to it.
Enjoy it. Yeah, and like really listen to it as well. What music do you like listening to? Because your voice is amazing. Very interesting. And I love talk. That's what I just love talk. It was funny actually when I got your video up. I was like, I hope she doesn't mind. I'm just gonna have a little deep dive on one of your songs. But it's nice because there's so much to talk about. That's why I love your voice, because it's just so interesting in all elements and parts. So like, what are your inspirations? What do you like to listen out for?
Anything that sounds like something I haven't heard before. Basically, that's my only like thing that all of this music I listen to has in common. Like any voice that sounds kind of different, and production choices that are strange, and whether it's beautiful or not, I just love things that just, what's that, you know? So I love, my favorite singer ever is Jeff Buckley.
Yes.
Yes. No one.
I mean, this is a shock surprise. I didn't know that. I did.
But I love Stromae.
Okay.
Because also the way that he does such interesting music with interesting videos, and that combination of sound and visual.
Yeah.
I adore that. And I love metal. I like progressive metal, like bands like Opeth, and I love Kate Bush. Silvana Estrada, I really like her. I love Mexican music. I love flamenco now.
Nice.
Yeah, and now because I'm in Portugal, I've been in Portugal for a bit. I listen to a lot of Portuguese music as well.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it is. I like you said there, something that just pulls your interest. Like it's something new that you haven't heard before. There's nothing wrong with familiar like songs as well, that you know where they go. But then the songs that kind of, you have no idea that it was going to go to this section, and suddenly your ears like, hold on. And then are you someone that focuses on lyrics more or music? Like, you know, there's always that question of like, are you a lyrics person or a music chord progression?
I think it totally depends. Like when I do an active listening thing, I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to open everything. But if the lyrics are a bit boring, I think I'll just start to fade them out and focus on other things. Yeah. But have you heard any Sleep Token?
I have. I've done a couple reactions now on my channel. They're very interesting.
That's the thing. Once I know, what did you say, young man? What's that one? Like, then I'm like, oh, I just like Googling things, and then like it will prick my ears up and I'll focus more on the lyrics. But I like to go in very, very open and see what titillates me.
Yeah, because like if you just go in to the like, I want to be open to everything, and because then that's what you see. Like you'll hear what jumps out to you, what stands out to you the most. Music, lyrics. I always find like if I then start, like you said, focusing on lyrics, I miss something musically. I have to go back just to focus then my attention to the music side of it, and vice versa.
Yeah, I think because some songs are not supposed to be very profound lyrically.
Yeah,
and so that's okay. But that's why I try to focus on it more if I can tell the artist has tried to make something more poetic than
Your writing's really beautiful. I was just, I think every so often I'll just pop on your album. I think I messaged you when I was doing some of my morning writing, and then I was like in tears because I was like it's just the way it's very like, yeah, it's like poetically beautiful. Like the imagery is just so wonderful, and it's just, so I'll stop talking about it for a little bit. But like, it's just, I think, you know, you've just done such a wonderful job in the journey of the album as well.
bless you. Thank you.
So yeah, I can't wait to hear the new one and the covers, of course, but this new original song of yours.
Thank you so much. This one is very weird.
We love it.
Weird. And not about anything personal. And so like To Build a Sea, all the songs were personal. But this one, again, like the character is that I'm like a psychopath murderer. So that's not personal.
Okay, good.
That's good. It's a very fictional.
So the murderous character is the original song.
Yes.
But just not you.
It's not about me.
Just making that clear.
Just, yeah. It's inspiration that I got from movies. And then I really like the concept of not everything is as it seems. So I wanted to do something like, I'm just telling the whole plot of it now, but basically it's like I'm a time traveler going through different ages, like in the 19th century and then the 50s, and I have like a perfect marriage that looks like a perfect marriage, but it's not. That's the idea, because do you know the way when you look at people and they're really, really smiley and you're like, there's no way that there's something off, you know, like
what's the truth behind those eyes?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a play on that concept.
Cool. And do you feel like you are constantly writing lyrics, and then like, do you have a book with you or your phone or whatever, and then you kind of come to it when you're in a songwriting session? How does that happen?
So I can't do that. I don't know what it is, but I can't write lyrics and then melody afterwards. And I have tried. I'm trying at the moment. Someone's written lyrics that I have to try and put into a melody, and they've asked me to, and I really struggle with it. Everything comes to me at the same time. So I won't make words in terms of lyrics unless there is a melody attached to them. So like I always when I'm trying to explain my process, I think when I wrote Build a Sea, that's a good example of it, because like the words like, if I could have held my cheeks a little higher long enough for you to smile, like I thought of those lyrics like da, 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 like that's how it came to me.
Yeah, then, the melody.
Yeah, and then from that I just will try and match things more consciously, like syllabically, but I never think of lyrics on their own or melodies on their own.
Yeah, I try and do both, so I don't sit in like a like I don't have a specific system for every song that I write. Like I say both, there's like tons of ways to do them, like, you know, like sometimes it's like a chord progression and then you're kind of like humming along, or like you said, or, you know, or the melody of the tune comes first, then the chord, you know, it's all different variations of how a song comes together. And I think I like, before I was someone that really just wanted to write the lyrics down and then try and fit it like that. And I struggled as well. I was like, how am I meant that this is now, I'm always just saying it like this. Right. I can't hear it in any other way other than whatever I'm, you know. So that's what then made me branch out into, okay, let me work with someone. Ian, obviously, like writes all the music, you know, we work together, and he then brings forward some of the chord progressions, sometimes we did one of our songs actually with a title idea. So just the title idea, and then we kind of played around with some chords. So it's just nice to mix them around, have it in, like, you know, come to life in different ways. So that's really interesting that you hear those melodies first. That's also actually very telling, because they are very melodic phrases. They, you know, as in they are very jumpy, they are very playful. So it's nice that that is something that comes first for you, and then the lyrics.
Yeah. Thank you. It's just otherwise I think I'd end up writing things that all sound the same, because they'd all be based on the same sort of my tendencies, like my pentatonic past from being raised in the West.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, because you hear those melodic like jumps or intervals, like what you hear those phrases like that, and you're playing off of that, just la la la-ing whatever you want to la la,
That's it.
and then it comes. It makes it more fun. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the good thing about that as well is like anyone can do that. Like what notes come into your head when you think of these words, then don't think about it too much. And actually you might end up making something really interesting, even if it's like atonal. At least it will be interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're making a melody for a reason, because you have a feeling that you need to express, as opposed to like time to write a song, you know.
Yeah. There's put so much pressure.
That's
like,
it.
I have to write it now. But whereas, do you have lots of like voice notes on your phone then, from just like la 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 la?
It's abysmal.
Yeah, no, I've got note 1, note 2, and or out in the park, and I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, just got me going. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Like the ones on the wall, I don't know.
The ones on the walk are the worst, because you get the heavy breathing. Well, I do anyway, because I don't have very good cardio, and then like, Daphne, come here. Yeah, I delightful.
And then you just have to try and make some sort of sense with it.
Yeah,
I don't know what I was thinking here. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your reaction and analysis channel. I watched the interview actually that you did with Peter Barber, who's a wonderful friend as well in the reaction community. I really loved the part where you spoke about not being able to do one take intros, because I'm awful. I know you can tell, because there are so many edits on my intros, and that's why this is like a challenge for me as well, because it's just all in one. And I'm like, why am I doing this? But I loved hearing you talk about it, because I was like, me too. I really struggle with that. And it's so nice seeing like when people just do a one full like take. I'm like, how?
Exactly. Good for you.
I cannot. I love the edits that you do. Do you find like once you've filmed all your content and you're editing, like, are you thinking about those edits as you're kind of doing it, or is it just constant like word jumble, blah blah blah? Then when you edit, that's when you think about.
Usually, it's afterwards. Sometimes I'll do things deliberately, knowing how I'll edit it, but it's not. Yeah, it depends. Where sometimes, like I do sometimes this edit where I'll like stare blankly and then like an image will pass over. That I usually plan while I'm filming. Yeah. Because it's just what I'm thinking. So I'll note that's what I'm thinking. But no, usually they're just spur of the moment. That's why editing my videos takes so long, because I'll spend like an hour doing something that is on screen for 1 second.
You're proud of it. I wish I had more time to like do that. Obviously, I am keeping up with the 3 videos a week, so it's kind of like I want to do like fun. I actually I've like been doing YouTube for over 10 years now. I didn't start like doing reactions. That came like through lockdown, I think. Like were you the same? Were you through lockdown?
Yes.
Was that
towards the end?
Towards the end,
Lockdown gave me an opportunity to think about it, but then by the time I ended up starting it, I think everyone was back at work.
Yeah. You're like, here I am.
Finally. Hi,
I've decided to go with this. But no, I used to like vlog. It was all different things, covers, vlogs, silly random videos. I used to love editing. I like loved experimenting with different edits, and I think like one of my favorite ones was the when you have the slurp, like when you slurp the cups and it zooms in. And I remember I did that on one of my early reactions, and I had a comment say something like why are you trying to be like the fairy voice mother? She's the one that does this. And I was like, who is the fairy voice mother? I want to check them out. I was like, this sounds like a fun name. So that was my introduction to you.
Oh, funny. I mean, as if there's like a monopoly on drink. Only I drink on camera.
No one else can use the slurping noise.
Good heavens.
But yeah, no, that's how I first came across your wonderful channel.
Well, cheers to trolls.
Yeah, here you go, slurp to that.
Yeah, let's slurp together in union.
Yeah, I love your humor. How do you find what to react to? Is it like a mixture of things that you're interested in, or like people have requested to you over on
Yeah, it's
Patreon,
all
or mixture,
requests.
or
Yeah.
requests?
And you know, when you just see something come up many times and then you're like, oh, I'll do that one today. But I don't really have a plan. I have a bit of a spreadsheet. Someone for a while was putting that together for me, like of collecting requests and then stuff that was interesting as well. Because I guess the point of them is like, I don't know if they're good or not, but that's it. Like, we can't know if they're good or not before we react to it. So yeah, I rely on requests.
Yeah, it is hard knowing what live version people want. I do prefer reacting to live versions more, purely because you kind of see like, obviously you get the occasional music video, which is nice as well, but yeah, it's hard to pick what version,
especially 3 videos a week. How do you do that?
Again, that's requests, or I try and, you know, unlike the 3 different channels that you have, like I put my covers and my music on the same one channel, which I keep thinking like, oh, should I maybe have, but I called it my name, so I feel like it's very fitting that I should have everything on there. But yeah, it is a mixture. I do, you know, try and get, people request things all the time, but it's hard to, you know, so there's always something, and what's trending, you know, Brit Awards, Grammys and things. That's kind of the route, I guess, I go down. But have you always been fascinated by the voice, like from a young age? I know you played flute. I think that was the first instrument, I think. But has the voice always been something that you've always been interested in?
Yeah, always. I've always loved voices, and I didn't come from a musical family, so I didn't really have much stimulus. So whatever I did have, I would really latch onto it. So like anything that was on like the top 10 sort of thing. So people like Shakira and like Beyonce, people that really was like they're mainstream, but they've got something very interesting about their voice. I used to imitate them like this under my covers because I didn't want anyone to hear me. I was only like 11 when I let anyone hear me sing.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I was very shy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like using a microphone. Like for a very long time. Like, so whenever I would sing, it would always be like, no, I'm just not gonna. And I remember like performances, I'd be like, la 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 la, like not singing with the mic, until like now I'm like really used to it. So it's fine now. But like from a young age, I just didn't. I don't know if it's maybe like hearing the sound back, because that's also a weird thing.
Yeah,
when you first start, it's kind of like, I could hear myself. That's so cute. You could just like just singing by yourself.
Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you, when you're, so say you filmed a reaction and analysis video, you edited it, do you have favorite videos that you've done that you're like, this is going to be a nice one, I'm really excited for this to go out, because you genuinely feel excited by it, like whilst editing it?
Yeah, things that where I need to like lie down after because I got so excited, you know, like have you done Hocus Pocus Focus?
I actually haven't. No, I need to. Is
my
that
God.
a mad one?
That you just you'll get it very early in. That's probably one of my favorite ones I did. I also loved have you done Ima Sumac?
Nope, these are all names that can come onto my channel.
Chuncho, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like the ones that you know, those are my favorite ones. The ones that I cry, I feel bad about posting those. Usually it's like a bittersweet feeling, but I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah, so I know those are ones that many people like, because a lot of the appeal of reaction type videos is seeing someone's real emotions. So I'm like, no, this is good for someone, I guess.
Yeah.
But my favorite ones are the zany ones.
Okay. I can really feel, like we said just before, with the like jumbled up intro, and then when you get to the actual reaction part, and you can just you feel like you've been talking for a while because it's just been really, really interesting. And I'm like, I've got some good things here, because I'm really excited. I feel like when I'm editing this, I'm going to really love it, because it's just it excites you. So I feel like you said, like people like seeing the emotion. So if I'm excited, I'm like, God, I hope people up there feel excited by watching me get really nerdy and excited about
Yeah.
a performance.
Yeah. So like a video with good energy where you
Mm.
think, oh, I had such a good time that after watching this, hopefully someone will feel like they had a good
Yeah,
time as well. Hopefully that energy is contagious.
yeah, yeah. That's it. I I really enjoy them. I feel like there's so much content to be like new content, like you said, like you're like the metal. That's what you're inspired by, like musically yourself, but also it's a very new territory for me. So there's always new things that we can be reacting to for the purpose of the channel, but also for the
Mm.
purpose of inspirations. And I feel like, there's so many things to keep growing. Do you think you'll jump into any like musical theatre content on your channel? Have you? I don't...
I did a Lea longer
Oh, yeah.
one. I don't think I have done any other musical theatre songs. I would be up for it though, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because it's something new. Like, it's
Yeah.
a new kind of way of singing or new kind of just so it's I feel like it's forever growing as me a performer, as me like a songwriter, watching these people. Yes, it's content, but it's also
Oh
I'm
yeah.
learning.
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. That I've learned so much doing this for whatever it's been, 2 or 3 years, 3 years, I think,
Yeah.
from all of these suggestions and stuff. But yeah, what would you recommend for me then as musical theatre one?
What would I recommend? Well, I know obviously like Wicked has just come out, so that's the live performances of like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande might be Cynthia Erivo is just wonderful anyway. And
Mm.
I think it's very different. It'll bring a different like audience obviously to your channel, but also different voice qualities that you can talk about. Do you know much about Cynthia Erivo, her voice? And
Not too much.
I think
I've
she's a
heard,
wonderful person to talk about. Yeah.
yeah, I heard her do the one from The Color Purple,
Oh yeah.
and that was astonishing. So yeah.
Yeah. Someone else that I think you might like, not musical theatre, but Ray. Do you know?
Yes.
So her recorded stuff is very different to her live performances, like the arrangements and what she does vocally. So it's really interesting because I don't think I probably would have particularly like jumped onto her recorded stuff straight away because
Yeah.
it's not maybe something I that my ears would have pricked up to. But
Yeah.
her live stuff,
Ah,
it's very interesting.
that's very cool.
So yeah, give it a go.
Thank you. This is good.
Good, and I've got my notes. You've got your
Yeah.
notes. It's so wonderful having a platform where we can share our original music and the creativeness behind it. So do go and check out Lolli Wren over on Spotify, as well as myself. I have recently released Moment With You, a new single over on my Spotify page, but you can go check it out wherever you listen to music. And this is all leading up to my full debut album, ECCO, which is coming out very, very soon. But you can pre-order a vinyl record today. If you are wanting a physical copy of the full album, just get in touch over on Instagram, Patreon, Discord, email, whatever's easiest with you, and I'll let you know of the details that follow. And if you're wanting to purchase a physical copy of Lolli Wren's album, To Build a Sea, you can do so. I will leave all the links needed in the description below. Back to the chat. So fascinated about the voice. Do you still teach then on a like through the week, or what's your
Yeah.
schedule like then?
Yeah, I still teach. I have my availability now is very limited and stuff, but I teach every other Saturday, Thursday evenings, Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, and yeah, I do teach regularly.
Yeah. And do you perform as well? Do you like perform your original songs, or are you performing?
I'm working on doing a tour.
Fun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get a few more songs out, and then I've got like a dossier thing together already of like the show, and then we'll just see. We'll see if I can do a small tour.
Oh, that's so cool. And can we talk about like what kind of places are you thinking about going to? You obviously mentioned Portugal. Is it kind of...
Yeah, that's probably more feasible to do mostly shows here, but hopefully I can do something small scale in different European cities
Yeah.
is the idea, and some festivals and stuff. But because I've been focusing so much on videos, it's kind of been pushed back. But either this year or next year, definitely at least next year, I will have some kind of little tour situation going on.
That's so cool. I would
So-
love to yeah, that's the whole point of the original stuff. Like, you
Oh,
record it and stuff, but just to be able to perform them live.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
I love singing live, and
yeah,
like I love people, and I miss people so much doing like
yeah.
these jobs. Doing this job, I feel like it's like bittersweet because there's so many people. Like there's 300,000 people, but I want to hug them.
Yeah.
So I get very needing to have human interaction. So like performing live is so exhilarating for me, and I want to keep making more songs so that enough people want to come and see me. So
Yeah,
as,
fair.
yeah,
Well, I
because
will hopefully be there too.
oh, I would love that. We should do a song together.
Yes, I'm also writing that down.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I would
that would be
absolutely
really
love
cool.
that.
Yeah,
Do you,
awesome.
do you feel like do you like to experiment when you're singing live? Is that like something that you love to do? I felt that. I feel
Yeah.
that from you.
Yeah, I go on all kinds of tangents.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it depends on the song. If it's a more emotional, if it's like a sad song, I'll keep it a little bit more, solemn. But serious. But if
It's a
it's like
serious song.
exactly. But in a festival I played last year, I did like a mashup of Kiss from a Rose and a Portuguese song. It was really random. Like it was a
Oh,
really random mix, and then I just went on a mad one at the end on the chorus.
yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah.
It is. I struggled with that a little bit at the beginning because I such like with the musical theatre background on my side, it's
Oh, yeah.
very much you're singing what's written. Like, don't waver off. Talk to the musical director if you are going to do something and make sure it's something, it's very, you have to stick to the rules. So it's only through working like with Ian and our acoustic gigs, I feel really free to
Mm.
be able to like explore and experiment. It's very recent new thing. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
so I so you got some live recordings, you said you filmed some of the songs from To Build a Sea. Live songs have come in.
Yes,
I'm
I did that on
excited to
Monday.
see. Oh, cool. I'm excited to see them. Like live.
Oh, thank you. So like the idea was that so I did Inner Wave on its own, and then the last like four songs on the album I did all consecutive, so it's like one song with
Cool.
transitions and stuff. So
Oh, I love funky transitions.
well, I don't know. Hopefully it's funky. It was a bit funky. Oh my God. So I decided that I would not wear shoes because I don't like wearing shoes when I sing. So I like to scrunch my toes and stuff. But the problem is we were outside and I was standing on some rocks and I am 80% water, like most of us. And so every time I touched the mic, I got an electric
Oh
shock.
gosh, yeah, of course. Oh
So
no.
like, I haven't seen any of the videos yet, but I'm like getting into it. And, like, so yeah, that's fun.
If that's made the footage or blooper video or something.
Well, that is the video because it's
Oh, oh
live.
yeah, of course. That's
So I mean, there's different angles, so we'll see if we can minimize it. But like, I don't know why I said that.
there's none of that in the video.
No, I just don't know how I got to that point. But yeah, like the live songs and transitions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be funky visually in that way.
They're very fitting to the transitions. No, yeah, transitions is, I look forward to seeing that.
Cool.
When are they coming out? Can you talk about the first one at
Probably
least?
the live video should be out soon and probably in the next couple of weeks. But because we've got the shoot of this short film thing
Of course.
also in a couple of weeks, it's all very tentative. It's all very tentative
Yeah.
at the moment. But yeah.
Do you find that like nothing happens, then suddenly everything just starts happening at the same time? You're like, ah.
Well, I am very toxic with schedules. So I decided that from telling the director about this song, I was like, do you think we can do the whole thing in 2 months' time? And he was like, yes, because he is toxic with schedules too. So, so yeah, like I'm like, I am obsessed with doing stuff. And so I like to make myself, I'm realistically busy all the time. And so I never feel like I'm doing nothing, but that is something that I've been working on actually.
Yeah, allowing yourself to have time to breathe. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good. It's good because you enjoy what you're doing, right? It's not
I do,
like
yeah.
you wouldn't be keeping yourself busy if you didn't like it. So it's, of course, it's just natural to kind of want more of the thing that's keeping you energized, keeping you like creative and busy. I'm the same. I can't sit still. Like I have to keep doing things, but I feel like I have got better with understanding that actually maybe in order for me to, be really creative here, I actually
Yeah.
need to chill.
Yeah, we do need lots of time to reassess in this game, I think, with creating things for YouTube or
Mm.
music or whatever. It seems like, oh, you must be so free because you can do whatever you want. And it's like, actually, you can get addicted to the same sort of thing and stay in a routine because there's no one to tell you otherwise because you decide what you do. So
Yeah.
it's really important when you're your own boss, as it were. I like that. Boss is a funny word because it's not really like work.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's just us,
Yeah.
we need to force ourselves to just lie on the floor in a dark room and be like, what is life? Why am I
Yeah.
doing this? Why am I doing any of this? Should I be trying something else? And it's
Yeah.
always scary to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, even when I first started this, I was scared. I was like, is this a job? Can
Yeah.
I tell myself to like, the YouTube, I moved my singing teaching to Zoom through lockdown, and I got students obviously all across the world. So I've continued through Zoom. I do miss the people kind of like teaching in person though. That's obviously how it started. So I do miss that.
Right.
But it like when I first started, it's that imposter syndrome, right? It's like kind of,
Yeah.
is this a living? And then it kind of, you know, it's some time goes and you get used to the schedule. Like, okay, cool, it's working really, really well. And you start getting more work, getting more. He's very busy, keeping yourself active, keeping yourself busy. I'm now at the other end where I'm like, okay, life is for living too.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy. I want to wake up, and I mean that's why I don't have. I think I only have one lesson in the morning, and I teach during the week because I gig on the weekends.
Nice.
So I try not to teach when I've got gigging, obviously in the
Oh, yeah.
evening. But I have my lessons in the afternoon more because I like my morning times
Yeah.
to just and that's what's nice because you can choose
Yeah.
your schedule. And I'm like, okay, cool. I went on holiday actually well, it was just to see, no, not just, it was to see my family in the Netherlands. So it was really nice. But I can take time out, right? You can take time out and move your schedule around to fit you. And if you want to go on holiday, go on holiday. Or if you want to
Absolutely.
lie in the room, on the floor, lie on the floor in the room.
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah. For
important
me,
to have
it's
those.
It really is. It's like to try and like shed guilt because I always find myself feeling guilty and I feel like I'm constantly underachieving, which again is a very toxic attitude, which I'm working on. Feel like I'm never doing enough,
Yeah.
and it's not for any other reason apart from I feel like I have to contribute things of just this like weird trauma. I think. Oh God, where is this going? But like a childhood trauma of being like, do I have any value in this world? Do I like, and so I feel like the more I can give to people, the happier I am. So I'm trying to sort of shift that a little bit to sort of try and assess what my worth is without giving something as well.
Or like giving yourself something. Like you are also, do you know what I mean? Like it's flipping it around. Like if you get joy from giving, like stuff to people, like content or whatever it is, like turn that around to you. Like, 'cause what you're saying now is actually how you're saying a lot of similar things to how like what I was saying before. How like I would feel super guilty if I would have a break. It's like, oh, I've got to be doing something. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm wasting time. Like, ew, I don't
Yeah, I
like
know.
that.
It's
So
very,
straight away, yeah, like I said, it's toxic because it's good that you know that. I think that's important because
yeah.
you can start then hopefully making those changes. It'll be, your life is important. So celebrate it and live life.
Amen.
Hey, man, here's to another slurp.
Let's
I
slap.
will.
That's one.
I just to go back to your background, I noticed all these lovely plants. I have recently, I've actually just really recent, like the other week, I think begun to understand. Began. What's the phrase?
Yeah,
I
begun to understand.
now begin to understand the love that people have for plants. I didn't really
Oh,
understand it before.
really?
I was like, I wasn't very good at keeping the plants alive.
Oh,
I've got to be
yeah.
honest. Whereas now I got given a jade plant, so that was
Nice.
a good first plant because I don't need to water it too much. Still going
Hmm.
strong. I now have a
Nice.
dragon plant
Oh,
upstairs, and I love.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite plant? Would you recommend me a plant?
Oh, well, so it depends on climate. So now
Mm.
I'm fortunate because I live in a place where I can have my favorite plant ever, which is a Beds of Paradise.
Oh.
But I don't think they would thrive in England
Mm.
per se because they like it warm. But I would definitely recommend a golden pathos
Okay.
plant because they're very hard to kill and they grow a lot and they're very rewarding because you can like twiddle them around things and everything
Oh.
looks very green and fairy like and you can get them anywhere.
Mm.
And yeah, that's a rewarding one.
Okay. I will definitely, because like I said, I've got my studio upstairs and I'm like, I want a few more plants. So I'm going to have a, a little play around with that and
Yeah, get
add.
one of those. Get a mother-in-law's tongue.
Oh my gosh.
They're
How did
hard to
these
kill.
names come up? Like, where do these names come from?
Well, that one, I have one of those here actually. This is not my main, this is just my office plant selection I
Hmm.
can show you, but I have a home plant selection that's really much better, but I'll show you that. This is a mother-in-law's tongue.
Oh, that's actually quite similar to as the leaves kind of are like quite big. I can't, oh, you
Oh
can't see,
yeah,
it's too dark there,
there's
but
different sort of
yeah.
variations on the thing. This one's got a little baby.
Oh, my dragon tree does actually as well. It's got the main one and then it's got like a little one here. And I'm like, yes, I've got two.
Go, mama.
Yeah, go mama. Yeah, I love them
Um,
now. I'm like, I wake up in the morning, I open the door, I'm like, hello.
oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
why? This wasn't me a week ago. Literally, it's like been so the turnaround. And yeah, I'm a
that's so
plant mum.
nice. Oh my God, I love that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And another thing you should get is a Boston fern. They're easy to look after as well. They need
Okay.
a nice little spritz of water on their little leaves, and they clean the air. All of those three are really good for cleaning air as well.
Okay. They come with so many positives. And like I
Yeah,
know I felt like I know I knew that, but I was like, yeah, okay, well, no, no, no. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, plants. They're
yeah,
so good. Like, why have we not got more?
I
So,
know. And did you know there's actual legit research that if you like say cute stuff to your plants, they grow more, and if you swear at them and say mean stuff, they stop growing.
no, I'm
Yeah.
rinsing my potty mouth whenever I go there so they don't hear anything. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
gonna
think it's about the intention. I
yeah.
think I don't know much about it. I haven't delved too far in, but I've seen enough abstracts
Wow.
of papers to know that it is a legit thing. And like if you play them classical music and stuff like that, they grow more.
So in the studio they're gonna be hearing tons of music. They could be like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna have a great
They're gonna
time.
have a great time.
Indeed.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Plants are great. I have had a wonderful time chatting with you.
You too. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, it's gone so fast. I so many things that we covered. I'm really excited for your original music. I know we've spoken about that um for
Thank you.
a lot time. Do you have a favorite song actually on your album? I know it's odd thing to ask, but I get asked that about mine, and I'm like, I don't know. So, do you have a favorite
Um, well, what's your favorite of yours?
that's come out so far? It's like I said, it's a hard one because I love all of them for their own special reasons. But I really love Sign because of I remember exactly where I was when I was writing it, and I love the moment that the middle eight section was created, like
Mm,
written, and the build up and adding the harmonies, and I just remember the emotion, like what I was feeling when
mm.
I heard it, and I was like, yeah, that's it. So
Oh,
that's why I like that one.
yeah. That's really interesting. Like do you have a more special connection to the
Mm.
ones in which they had a special birth, you know?
Yeah, like that was actually one of them that came from. I try and free write as much as I can, just to see
Yeah.
what happens, what comes out, what can be then brought into like lyrics or something. So that
Yeah.
was a lot of not raw, but I guess it was, because you're just writing it. It's just a lot of like, notes and stuff on a piece of paper. So a lot of the lyrics came from that, which is why it's kind of like, oh, well, that's a
Yeah.
strong kind of choice for me. Like, and it always kind of gets me a little bit emotional. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I agree with you, and like for me it would probably be In a Wave, because
mm,
it was a song that I wrote when I was really, really depressed. I'm really fucking depressed, but I still managed to write a bridge that was positive.
mm.
Like I will get through it, slowly, surely.
Yeah.
I'll adore me. I'm just holding back, and I'm like just I don't really feel proud of myself very often, but I feel proud of myself for being able to, see the forest through the trees
Mm.
at a sad time. So
Yeah.
yeah, but then it doesn't mean the song's good. It just means that I have a connection to it. So I don't know.
But that's what I mean. Like, and someone else can find another song like their favorite, and maybe you don't have that same.
Yeah.
You still got a connection to it because it's your own song, but you haven't got that same kind of thought, close emotion connection to it. And it's just interesting how people relate to it in different ways, which is why sometimes I don't really like maybe talking about my song too much, and it's where it originated, like where it stemmed from, because
Yeah.
someone might feel like, oh, actually, it spoke to me in a completely different way,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm holding into. And I love that, because that's that's the power of music, right? That's that we can hear it in different ways and
Absolutely.
relate to it in different ways. But yeah,
Yeah. I really like to think that once the songs are done, I don't like to really refer to it as my song anymore. It's like a song that I did make, but it's not mine. That as soon as it's out, it's a act of like, here's something if you want it. It's not mine anymore.
that's so interesting. I feel very protective over my songs,
Oh,
but I feel like recently I'm wanting to do that a little bit more. Like, do you know, because it's like, oh no, pressure, look after it. Please do well. It's my baby. And then
oh,
you kind of see how it goes. But that's in like, once it's done, that's completed. The song's completed, like you said, and it's however it is received by everyone.
yeah, because it's a capture of a moment in time, and we're always evolving and changing, and so like it's part of my past, but that doesn't exist anymore. So
Yeah.
it could be a part of someone's present, and in that case, it's more valuable to them than it is to me. So I relinquish all ownership, not intellectual property wise. I need the
That
but
is mine.
in terms of emotional wise, it's just like
Yeah.
this. Here you go. There's something for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so powerful, songwriting. Like you said, like it's your own story. Someone else can read it completely different, and it's then relatable to them. I always find like, a song that I wrote 3 years ago, I am not in that same state right now. So like Sign, I can now look at it and feel really proud of it, because I'm not
Mm,
there any, like you said, like the middle eight had that uplifting, that
yeah.
maybe I could fly, maybe I should try, and it's like building up and all the harmonies kind of join together, and then it's like the final chorus kind of feels different to the earlier ones, because suddenly we've gone through that transition, and you kind of, it is a very different, like, after 3 years of working on it, now listening to it, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Aw.
It is a nice journey. What was the first song that you wrote from To Build a Sea? Do you remember?
In Wave. I wrote
Anyway,
that.
oh, okay.
Um,
That
yeah,
kind of stemmed.
ages ago. Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
yeah. The rest of them were all really quick. I wrote them all in the space of like 6 months.
Oh wow, okay,
So
nice. Yeah, I think there's only I like to take my time again, because I'm like, no, do this, no, do this. But there's one song that was written. Uh, the last one on your mind was written in like, I think like 4 months, 3 4 months. It was the last one we wrote, and then it's already come out as a single, because
oh,
it was like nice. It kind of felt fitting,
nice.
I guess. But yeah, this has been really wonderful to chat with you properly, like we said,
True.
rather than like a little message. Hey, I love this song.
Yeah,
Now we could
yeah.
speak about it a bit more, which has been lovely.
It has felt so nice. and natural to talk to you. So thank you so much for
Good.
inviting me onto your thing.
Of course. Yeah, well, I wanted you to be here and be invited to the channel. Now you are, so this is wonderful. And yeah, we shall hopefully duet with something, write something together, or before, something. I'd love to collaborate with you because I think you're wonderful. So
I
absolutely.
think you're wonderful too.
Thank you. Before we go, I have one more question. The final question. Drum roll. No, if you could perform with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Jeff Buckley, sorry. I know, I'm sorry.
No, to be fair, I said that and I was like, I know where that's going.
I wish I could be like, ooh, something interesting.
No, it has to be said. No, Jeff Buckley. And do you have,
Why?
should there be a why? Like, I'm obviously amazing, but is there a specific why for you?
Yes, because he manages to do so much like ugly beauty that he in his live versions of things he's just so flat all the time and it sounds so good, and like there's something so magic and intangible about him, and the way that he's so capable vocally and he can do so much, but he doesn't really do it until a one sort of peak moment. And I think to sing something with him at the same time, because of how magic he is in terms of, why can he do ugly sounds that sound so beautiful? I think it would be the most spiritual, exhilarating experience I could ever imagine.
It's so connected as well. Like, as in, it's not, let me just think about what I'm going to do. It's just, no, this is what I'm feeling right now in the moment. And this is what's going to,
Every one of his like melisma things, like his big phrases that he does, it's like, oh, this sounds terrible. Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like, I've never heard anyone do it like he does in terms of every phrase is like a roller coaster, and you just
just stunned. Yeah, of course. That was a perfect response. Do you know much Todd Rundgren, actually?
Oh, I've never heard that name.
You need to get onto Todd Rundgren. I'm going to send you a link after this. Musically very interesting, vocal very interesting, but he like does some crazy things. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on his. So I'll send you a link.
Cool.
On maybe.
How about you? I'm curious. Sorry.
How about me?
Yeah.
Well, the same question for me.
Yeah.
This is why I'm on this seat, because I get to ask people, because I don't know. No, joking. Let me have a think. No, alive, I always tend to say Shoshana Bean, because I love Shoshana Bean. But then somewhat like going back to my musical theatre roots, like Doris Day.
Oh yeah.
Just because of I just feel like it's just so lyrically beautiful, and it's just, again, it's more of a emotional connection to me, because it's just like I would be in complete awe.
Yeah.
And just hearing like the light quality of her voice is just something so magical, and that's probably where I would like to go.
Yeah, she is really ethereal.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I like your top, by the way. Sorry, I just noticed that now.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's very funky. I will be talking to you very soon. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was such a wonderful, joyous chat. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I learned about plants at the end, which is something that I am now getting into, so that was super helpful. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this chat with Lolli Wren. I truly enjoyed it, and I can't wait for these music videos to come out. They sound really, really super cool. Make sure to check out Lolli Wren's original music over on Spotify, and myself over on Spotify. Like I said, I've recently released a new single called Moment With You, all building up to my debut album, ECCO. Hit that subscribe button or the follow button if you're listening over on Spotify, and I'll see you very soon for another episode. Bye.